Hello, hello, evolutionary women from around the world. It is Catherine here with an amazing lady, Michelle de Almeida from the United Kingdom. Michelle, Scotland in particular, if I got that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
we want to
absolutely.
be really precise. Yeah, we want to be really precise about this. And we're having a big epic celebration in the United Kingdom because the Queen, God save the Queen, is having her 70th regnal, birthday, anniversary. Jubilee is what we call it, Jubilee. So Michelle and I have been having a epic celebration of women's leadership because 70 years in any job that you kind of are born into, but you also have to choose for yourself to choose your calling and go for it and really go for it for 70 years. And she's not retiring. This is being queen of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth and all that stuff. This is her first act, her second act, her third act, her fourth act. There's no fifth act for her. She's literally just going. So in the context of celebrating women's leadership, we're also celebrating Michelle and our other wonderful Jiffy Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur Award nominees. So Michelle, I love your strapline. You are a business fixer with heart and soul. And why that is so important. So I know, as a female business leader and entrepreneur, that looking at our numbers can be the most confronting thing about business. Because why? Well, as women, we already have lots of numbers to contend with. The number we see on the scale, the number that our shoe size, our bra size, the number of children we have. We are constantly we feel judged against our numbers. But what Michelle does is she helps women actually just relax about it and just look at numbers like an important business tool, like insight and knowledge, like stuff we can do with, which is why I love what she does and why it's so important in the world. So Michelle, tell us a little bit about you, add on to what I've shared so far, like who you are for you, and what you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Catherine. It's great to be here, and big congrats to you guys at Giffy as well, because putting on these awards is really hard going. Having done things before, I know how hard it can be. So amazing that you guys have put this together in celebration of women around the world. So thank you for that. And as you said, for me, I am a business coach and consultant, but that sounds really boring and a bit jargon and a bit professional. So I tend to be more around the introduction you gave me around business with a heart and soul. I genuinely care about all of my clients. I want them to be successful in whatever way that is for them. I'm very honest and results driven. So I will be brutally honest at times, but it's only in a way that is necessary and that comes from the right sort of place in my heart for them. And in essence, I spend time looking at your figures, looking at your numbers, but also looking at your analytics, looking at your social media, looking at your team, anything around your business development and growth that allows you to just breathe and know that everything's going to be okay. And even if it's not okay today, when I look in those little dark corners that you're hiding from and look at what's underneath those rugs in the lounge that you've stepped under, I can see that there's an opportunity, even if it's really bad news, there's an opportunity for us to take steps to put things in place and to help you achieve your goals. So it's never too bad. And if it's too bad, then let's deal with it in a way that's good for you. So it's still a positive experience.
Yeah, I love that you said you help women breathe, because I know, when I confront, even if it looks ugly and messy and sticky and horrible, I know when I confront numbers, there is a sense of relief that goes, okay, exhale. I know what the numbers are. So great. That's the first step, knowing what they are. Now we can actually do something with it. And I do have that experience, exhaling, taking the charge out. And how did you feel to be nominated for an Entrepreneur Award? What was your first reaction?
Yeah, shock, but in a good way, ladies. I've just left a non-profit I've been part of for 4 years, supporting female entrepreneurs in that space, and taking that step to become self-employed felt really big, and it was a huge risk potentially for me and my family. And then when I was nominated, it's something that sort of just makes you take stock and say, you know what, you are on purpose. Because for me, whether you're a paying client, a connection in my network, somebody I just have a conversation with, I want you to feel good and to feel like you've benefited from the experience of interacting with me, regardless of whether there's a transaction. And clearly that's something I'm doing because I was nominated as a result of those relationships I'm building.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love what you point to. And this is going to be an important conversation at our upcoming Entrepreneur Impact Summit on June 15th, which is talking about like how we mobilize resources as evolutionary women entrepreneurs. And you already pointed to a few aspects of that, which is, you know, that whoever you're touching, that you're leaving people with a positive impact. So, you know, when we exchange our gifts, that's a form that's a value exchange. When we exchange and connect people, when we bring our connections together, that's a value exchange. And all these different types of value exchanges are just as important as financial exchange. And a lot of us women business owners can find that bit the hardest. Like, and we maybe have blind spots around the value that we can't see that's still really valuable.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, I gained so much from being able to give. And that's one of the reasons I became self-employed. So for me, that's a big part of this conversation. I think we've lost you. Carry on chatting on my own. So for me, one of the reasons that I do what I do is to help others be inspired and to know that they too can embrace fear, step forward and be brilliant themselves. And, you know, the more we can encourage women and other people in our communities to embrace life and live the life that's true to them rather than the one they feel is forced, the better we'll all be.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. Vote for Michelle, everyone. Link is above. You are amazing. And we'll see you all real soon. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks, Catherine. Bye.